Getting the right content to the right people at the right time is the ongoing quest for L&D. Over the years, companies have amassed vast amounts of content. Around half of workers feel their current platform is not fit for purpose, and a common complaint is having to trawl through it to find what they need. So, when a solution emerges that gets the right content to people and has a strong impact on the business, naturally, we sit up and take notice. 5app's work with global real estate company Greystar is one of those projects. It built a new learning academy architecture to help staff get away from trawling through its vast amount of learning and comms content. And it won a Brandon Hall Award for learning in the flow of work. Steve Thompson, 5app's new Chief Learning Officer and former Senior Director of Learning and Talent at Greystar, is here on Learning News today. Steve, welcome. Tell us a bit about learning at Greystar and where the need came from for an academy solution.
Thanks, Rob. It's great to be here. I joined the organisation just over 5 years ago with the remit to build that learning function from scratch, ground upwards. There was that constant drive to create that self-directed learning culture. My thought, my vision had always been to create Greystar's version of YouTube. Wind the clock forward to COVID, which impacted so deeply across our organisation, of course, many organisations, and the challenges that came with that for us is that we continued to hire. So we had people joining remotely, trying to get to know them, embed within the teams and the culture, but trying to upskill and get to a point of being operationally effective as quickly as possible. But we soon came to that point where we're just overloading people. So it started having the negative effect. So where you've got all this great content, people were disengaging because they couldn't find at a touch of a button and within a very short period of time that content that they needed. So that's where the Learning Academy architecture came from, that allows us to curate out of all of that massive content exactly the right content that individual role needs, and the impact and the result was just significant.
You've won the Brandon Hall Group Excellence Award on this topic. What were the business impacts here, Steve?
It's the critical question, right? You know, for us in learning development, we've got these great initiatives and that we push out, but for me, having those metrics was critical because we were answering a lot of those key challenges that our operations business was facing, you know, around that onboarding or, you know, really driving that engagement to the content. And the other element that we were really looking to drive was that operational end user utilizing our standard operating procedures, which is obviously really important for our residents, you know, that we get certain things right. We had a pre and a post approach in terms of benchmarking. So the learner engagement increased by 328%, which is phenomenal. The way we structured that academy from a content perspective was around skills, knowledge, and technical. That increased the skills 32%. I'm reading off the card here. Technical capabilities by 43%, and then the knowledge component by 57%. So everything was going skywards, which was just great. But more importantly, the end user experience, the feedback that we were getting from our team members was just so positive. And taking all of those elements together and then getting sign off from the senior leadership team, which is okay, we've got a solution here that is demonstrating business impact, commercial impact. We then had the green light to then go off and create further academies. So where we started with the operations side of the business, we then created academies for marketing, for our development and construction side of the business, and investment. And that work continues. What was really interesting out of that, though, is that the learning architecture remained the same, but how the businesses wanted to interpret that and how they wanted to structure their individual academy was different. And I found that really interesting because A, it really enabled us to partner with them, but B, really understand, okay, this is what they're looking for from their learning provision. This is how they want to position learning within their particular function and group.
You joined 5app's, Steve, just in the last few weeks as its new CLO. What are your plans? What's top of the to-do list?
So I've joined 5app's at a really exciting time. I think they're on a big growth journey. The products that they have in the roadmap are really innovative and really exciting. But what's front of mind for me is I've joined an organization that's full of such amazing talent, and one of my key roles is to bring that energy and focus into that team and support that team to realize those ambitions that we're heading towards. So that's point number one. And in addition to that, the Learning Academies is just a natural starting point. It complements the 5app platform so very well, either within the platform or as an aside. So for me, there's a drive here and an opportunity to create that ecosystem that the platform has its own reputation for its simplicity, but the Learning Academies has got a track record, and I'm really keen to get the word out about a 5app, but also around the ecosystem that we're building, because I think it really does speak to organizations at this point, because there is so much choice, because there is so much content available. So what's the really simple solution that is out there that cuts through that? So 5app for me does that. So being an evangelist almost around what we're doing, we've got a great new talent platform that we're working on and developing that I'm really excited about. And then how we bring all that together, what is it that that end user is saying about their learner experience, and really understanding that, but also using that to shape how we build this amazing ecosystem going forward.
Well, I look forward to seeing all of that as it comes out and following 5app. Steve, thanks for coming on, and congratulations again on the Brandon Hall Award. This really is a first-class project and a strong example of learning in the flow of work. There's more, of course, about the Greystar project on the Learning News and the 5app websites. Steve Thompson, thank you for sharing all about it with me today.
Thank you very much.